So we'll start with you, Sunny.
Sure. So first option that we have here is the ACE. So we're gonna just ask some questions to our Academic Center for Excellence. And the first question that I have for you is, what is the difference between iLearn and Brightspace and D2L?
I'm supposed to answer that question, right? I'm answering this question?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I misunderstood because I heard something about a Kahoot and I was waiting for the Kahoot to pop up.
Oh, sorry. No, that'll be afterwards.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, thank you, Marianne. Sorry.
So my name is Marianne. I'm from the Academic Center of Excellence, or ACE, and I am the Educational Technology Support Specialist, mainly in charge of training and support for our learning management system. And as to answer the question, iLearn is what we call our learning management system. It is a product called Brightspace that a lot of other institutions use as well, and it's by the parent company D2L. So when we talk about D2L or iLearn or Brightspace, it's actually all talking about the same thing, whether it's the product name or the manufacturer name or what we call it here in our home of Canadore.
Great, thank you. Also, when can I log into iLearn?
So if you are, if you already have an account as a previous student, for example, you can log in already. If you are a new student to Canadore, which many of you are, you can log into iLearn generally within a day or so of having completed your online registration. So that means going into your self-service account and enrolling in your courses or your block of courses for the semester. That triggers your account to be created. But even if you are able to log in, maybe you've done online registration already, you can log into the system, but you won't see your courses until the first day of class. And maybe I've just skipped ahead to the next question. You won't be able to see any of your course shells or your classes in iLearn until the first day of class.
Perfect, thank you. That's pretty clear. So let's go with the next question. Do I need to use iLearn, or is attending classes in person enough?
You must use iLearn, or you are very much advised to use iLearn, depending on what your instructor is loading into iLearn. There may be very important materials. You're going to want to access your course outline and your section-specific information documents to learn more about how the course is being delivered to you. Your grades and feedback will be provided in iLearn. So very, very important that you log in on a regular basis. You read any news messages that your instructor may have posted. I mean, if you do have face-to-face classes, that's very important as well. You get that face-to-face element. Your lessons are likely being delivered face-to-face, but all of the supporting material will be available to you in iLearn.
Great, so it's a complement. Okay, and my last question for you is the Pulse app useful?
The Pulse app, yes. So the Pulse app is a product that was created by D2L to go with its Brightspace learning management system. Very, very, very useful. And I highly recommend you go to your app store and look for D2L Pulse and download that application. You log into it the same as you log into iLearn, and you can access all of your course information. It's the best way of receiving notifications. So rather than getting them by email or text message, which relies on other carriers, the Pulse app talks directly to Brightspace. You get all your updates, your grades that are posted, new material, new news items, everything you can see from that application. And the links are in the chat. Awesome, thank you.
Great, thank you so much, Marianne from Academic Center for Excellence, for your answers.
Welcome.
All right, so our next series of questions will be for Emerson in Information Tech Services. So first up, do I need to have a laptop for my classes?
So that can depend on the particular program that you're attending. The Canadore College website does have a section for our bring your own device policy. And that policy does dictate all the different programs that require laptops and what requirements you might need for that particular program.
Okay, great. And So I guess in this area, we'll be able to see what type of laptop students should get. So do students need to get what's listed on the bring your own device requirement, or like could they use a Mac if it says PC or vice versa?
Similar to the answer above, the BYOD document does have a lot of the details on the minimum requirements. In some cases, you can use a Mac. There are some programs like our media programs that prefer students to use Macs, but the best thing to do is to take a look at the document. And if you have any further questions, the course coordinator's information is located on that document, so you can contact them for any more questions or concerns to make sure that the kind of computer you're picking up is the one that you need for your class.
Fantastic. And what happens if a student's laptop breaks down? What should they do?
So in cases like that, I would suggest that you preemptively prepare in case something like that may happen. Make sure that when you're saving your work, you maybe save it to a cloud service like Google Drive or Microsoft OneDrive, so that if you do lose your laptop or it gets damaged, you still have access to all the work that you've been doing. The other thing as well is that we may not be able to help you directly with a computer-related problem should your computer fail, but there are many local businesses and larger businesses in the North Bay area that do service laptops or desktops, be it one of those, if you have any issues. And we can usually, at the very least, point you in the right direction.
Okay. And do Canadore students get free access to Office 365? And if so, how would they access it?
Yes, so when you become a Canadore student, each student is provided a Canadore email under the @canadorestudents.ca. And with that email, you can access your Microsoft 365. We provide it to all the students. They're able to install the Microsoft 365 application and all of its programs underneath. And with that, you can use Microsoft while you're attending at Canadore.
Fantastic. Switching it up a little bit, are students able to print on campus?
Yes, students can print on campus. We have some dedicated computer labs available. When you are in those computer labs, you'll be logging on to the lab computers, as you cannot print from a personal machine. But we do have multiple labs located both at our College Drive, Commerce Court, and Aviation locations.
Great. So students then don't need to have their own printer on campus.
That's correct.
Awesome. So when should a student contact the IT department, and what is the best way to contact you folks?
Of course. So the IT department can help students with a wide variety of issues regarding anything occurring in a computer lab, be it with a computer or a printer in that lab, or with any of the logins related to the Canadore student's email address. Other services like our self-service, should you be having problems logging into self-service to check your grades, or if you're having issues accessing the Harris Library. The best way for you guys to reach us is to email us at service.desk@canadorecollege.ca, but you can always give us a call at the main college line and dial extension 5800, and we'll help you out. And worst case scenario, if you're on campus, you're always welcome to drop by our office at College Drive in room D228.
Perfect. So what is the Canadore student email address? How does a student see that? And do they need to use their Canadore email, or can they use their personal email?
Okay, so in most of the web pages that are managed by our IT department, there will typically be a help section or if you're having problems section, and all of our detailed information will be there for the student to be able to contact us. As in terms of them using a personal or a Canadore email, they are welcome to use a personal email if they're emailing us to ask for help. And they can do the same with a Canadore email. There's no need for it to come from the Canadore email only, but the students do need to know that when they're trying to access some of the Canadore services like the computer lab, Office 365, the library, or some of our other services, that you are required to use the Canadore email to log in.
Okay, great. Definitely good to know that. Should students have antivirus software on their devices? And if so, what antivirus software would you recommend?
We would advise that it is a good idea to have antivirus software on your computer. Unfortunately, we can't recommend a specific company, but there are many reliable companies that offer good antivirus services available. And And it's a good idea to make sure that you do keep safe from viruses and other possible intrusions, especially when you're wanting to be able to keep all of your schoolwork and make sure you have a stressless semester.
Definitely. All right, thank you so much, Emerson. We're going to move now to residence questions. So with you, Nicole. So the first question we have, are there still spaces available in residence?
So we've actually just started a wait list for housing in all types, but we do foresee to have some cancellations between now and January, as well as a lot more applications. So if you haven't applied yet and you do want to live in residence, make sure to apply as soon as possible, like right after this call, go on and apply.
All righty. And when is move-in day for residents? How long do students have to move in?
Yeah, so move-in day is the Sunday before classes start. So that is the 8th of January. Students are welcome to move in anytime that day, and they can take as long as they need to. We usually bargain for around an hour if you're moving in from Canada, or if you're an international student, typically however long it takes to get here from whichever airport you're flying into.
Okay. And who should students contact if they have questions about residence or if they haven't received an email with move-in details?
So they can contact our phone or email, which is monitored at our front desk 24/7. And I can drop our phone number and our email address in the chat. And then any student who's been accepted should have received some move-in information. If not, they receive it typically within 3 business days.
Fantastic. So do students need to buy a parking pass for residents and on-campus parking?
So you do have to buy a parking pass if you're parking at residence, but your parking pass for the residence lot allows you access to park at all North Bay campuses. So Aviation, Commerce, and College Drive campus. So you only need the 1 parking pass, but it does need to be for residents, because if you buy a pass for another, say the Aviation campus, and then park at residence, you still will get a ticket because it has to be the residence one.
Got you. And how does laundry and mail work on residence?
So our laundry is done by card system. So you purchase a card and load funds onto it. And then that card is used as like a fob to tap on our machines to start a load. There's a laundry room in each building. So really close, don't have to go offsite or anything for that. And then mail is done typically just like any other mail in any other apartment building, where you'll have a mailbox and a mail key, and you're able to get letter mail that way. For big parcels, you have to pick them up at the front desk, and our front desk will email students if they have a parcel. There is a slight delay in Canada Post packages simply because they go to the college before they come to the residence. So if your package says it's been delivered, but we've not contacted you, we haven't got your package yet, please hold up for a second. The mailroom probably has it, and then they send it to us usually the next business day.
Great. So a few more questions for you, Nicole, so thank you. Can students stay in residence for 1 semester only and like not the full year?
Yep. So I think we're reading the questions from September, but obviously for winter semester, yes, you can stay just for the 1 term. And then if you do want to stay for summer, you can stay for just that term as well. And applications for summer will be open in February.
Okay. And similarly, can I move into residence after my 1st semester?
Yep. So if that would be like, if this is your 2nd term, then yes, if you've already been in school from September through December and you want to come in for January, of course.
Excellent. Can I cook food in residence?
Yep, all of our residence units have a full kitchen with a stove, oven, and full-size fridge. So they're definitely designed for making meals. You just can't bring anything like a deep fryer, hot plate, anything that doesn't have an automatic shut off, or a mini fridge, because we give you a full-size fridge.
Okay. And what about pets? Can we have pets in residence?
No, residence is a pet-free facility.
Can we have guests at residence?
Yep, we have a guest policy where you're allowed to have up to 10 overnight guests in a month for no more than 2 consecutive days, just to respect your roommate. And guests just get signed in at the front desk in case there's an emergency. We know who's in the building.
Okay, and how do I get to residence from the Pearson Airport or from the North Bay Airport?
Yep. So then if you land at the North Bay Airport, we recommend just using a taxi. We're about 5-10 minute drive away from that airport. So it's really convenient. If you are, if you are landing at Pearson, there is a shuttle that goes from Pearson Airport to North Bay and makes a few stops around the north. And you can use that service. I know a lot of students do. Canadore does not provide a service unless otherwise communicated to you by, say, the international department or anyone that you're working with at Canadore. So just know that you do have to find your own shuttle from Toronto to North Bay, but there is one available. Just find it on Google.
All right. Are there fitness facilities at residence?
Yeah, well, so we have a cardio room in each building. So that consists of a treadmill, elliptical, bike, things like that. There's only a few per building, and it's kind of just used as an accessory to the big gym that's available on campus if you just want to have a small cardio session before class or something like that. So we have a little thing in each building, but there's also the big gym on campus.
Perfect. And what about mobile and internet coverage? What are those like at residence?
Yep. So our internet was upgraded at the beginning of COVID to accommodate for online classes. So our internet is high speed Wi-Fi, and it's, like I said, updated and great. And then we also don't have any mobile coverage issues, just like the rest of North Bay.
Perfect. And lastly, do I have to have a roommate? And if so, what if we don't get along?
Yeah, so every student does have at least one roommate. If you're in a double suite, one roommate. If you're in a 4-bedroom suite, you'd have 3. Every student does have to, like I said, have a roommate. And if you don't get along, you simply talk to an RA. They'll help you problem solve with your roommate. Communication is definitely key there. If it escalates, there are further options, but we always recommend trying to work it out. It's definitely a challenge sometimes living with someone who has different life experience than you and who sees things a different way, but that's just part of the growth of coming to college too.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Nicole. That was a lot of questions, so we definitely appreciate it. Next up, Sunny, we'll start with the health center questions for Erin.
Sure. Thank you so much, Jill. I just would like to add a quotation before that for the part of the transportation from the North Bay Airport. We, as an international department, now we offer the service, so we can pick you up if you let us know in advance in our email, international@canadorecollege.ca.
Great.
Just that. Thank you. For health center, Erin, Mead, I just have some questions for you. And the first one is, what services does the campus health center offer?
So I just want to start by introducing myself. It's Erin Mitchell. My pronouns are she and her, and I work here at the Campus Health Center. I've been here for 15 years. As far as services that the Campus Health Center offers, we're kind of like a family doctor's office, home away from home. So if you are feeling unwell and you're unable to see your own family doctor, you can come and see the doctor here. So it would be, you know, if you were sick, or maybe you hurt yourself at the gym when you were working out, or you needed a prescription to be refilled. If you have a family doctor in your home area and you need some support as far as seeing them with a quiet room, and now that there's so many options for telemedicine, we can also support you through that as well.
Thank you so much. Second question, am I able to visit the doctor at the campus health center? How is the process?
Yes, the students are able to use the Campus Health Center to see the doctor here. The process, as I mentioned a little bit briefly, is that if you do have a family doctor, you would be best to see your family doctor. They would probably prefer that as well. So we can help you support that. But if you don't have a family doctor, or you're unable to see your family doctor, we can help you do that here as well. And that's for international and domestic students. For our domestic students, they can come in with their Ontario or provincial health insurance and book an appointment, or they can give us a call to book an appointment. For our international students, the process is the same, but you would just be bringing in your GuardMe health insurance with you, and we do our best to bill direct to your international health insurance as well.
Great, Erin. That's pretty clear. And my last question is, what services can be provided remotely for students outside North Bay?
So it really depends on the unique health situation. So it's kind of a case by case basis, but if it's something that can be discussed over the phone, basically, then that's something that we can look at doing remotely. You know, again, if you're having, you know, you have a lump in your neck and someone needs to feel it, then that's better to be in person. But if we are able to support you remotely, then we will. The best way to do is just call, speak to us about your unique situation. We have a lot of good options there to find some support for you.
I'm pretty sure of that. Thank you so much, Erin, for all your answers.
No problem.
Give the word to you, Jill, again.
All righty, so we're moving along to some questions about healthcare, the healthcare plan. So the first question, what is covered under the student health plan? Is dental covered?
All right, so unfortunately, Lise couldn't be here today. So I'm Erin Flirt. I'm the Access and Inclusion Coordinator here at Canadore. My pronouns are she and her. So I'm going to do the best I can with the health plan here. So dental and vision are not covered. However, all students are auto-enrolled into the balanced plan.
Okay, how do I change my health plan?
If you want to change your health plan, you can do it online at guard.me /Canadore before January 31st. So I'll put that in the chat for everybody so that you can, if you need to make any changes to that, you can do that at this link right here.
Excellent, thank you, Erin. And can I opt out if I'm already covered under my parents? If so, is there a date that I need to opt out by?
Yes, you can opt out. Again, the date is January 31st.
Fantastic. All right, we're gonna throw it back to Seni, but I think we've got some more questions for you, Erin.
Perfect.
Absolutely, yeah. So my first question and now is according to the access and inclusion role for our international and domestic student. The first question is, what is access and inclusion?
So access and inclusion, I'm your one-stop shop for getting connected to resources both on and off campus, navigating barriers and challenges, assisting with preferred name changes. And essentially, I'm here to provide support and assist with that transition, as well as offer programming for our first generation students. And then in addition to all of that, I run a variety of awareness days and events for students, and all students are welcome to attend and participate.
Great, thank you, Erin. My second question is, if I want to use my preferred name instead of my legal name, how do I do this? That's
simple. So I'll put the link in the chat for everybody. So there's a form that you can fill out. We can get this done ahead of time so that it's a smooth transition for you. And then all of your peers will see your preferred name versus your legal name or dead name. So comfortable filling out the form, feel free to reach out to me. I'll put my contact information in the chat and you can connect with me and we can get that done even before you get here.
Great. Thank you, Erin. Also, how do I know if I am a first generation learner?
So a first generation student is a student whose parents or guardians have not attended a post-secondary institution. For more information, I will put a link in the chat as well. If you have any more questions in regards to finding out about our first generation services.
Great. And the last question, Erin. I want to know more and more about access and inclusion. So how can I connect with the Access and Inclusion Coordinator?
So you can either contact me by email at erin.plurd@canadorecollege.ca or stop into my office. I'm located in the Welcome Center G223. It's the glass area beside Twigs. So I love company. So come in and see me. I'm on campus all the time. And I'd love to tell you more about what I do in access and inclusion and how I can support your journey with us.
I'm pretty sure of that. Thank you so much, Erin. You're so kind. And now I'm gonna give the word to Jill again.
All righty, thank you, Seni, and thank you, Erin. Next, we're moving along to Sally with Student Success Services. So Sally, the first question we have for you is, what is Student Success Services and when should I go to Student Success Services?
Great, thanks Jill, and hi everyone. I'm Sally from Student Success Services and I'm the triage navigator. So to begin with, what is Student Success Services? So our department in the college offers accessible learning supports for students with disabilities. So providing academic accommodations, learning strategy, coaching and support, as well as academic workshops. We also offer mental health supports for all students with free short-term confidential support sessions, crisis intervention, and workshops as well. In addition, we also have our resource center. So this is where accommodated testing for registered students takes place, as well as peer tutoring and technology coaching. So you should go to Student Success Services if you feel like you need any of the above supports, or if you're having a rough day, you need someone to talk to, you need some support and some guidance. We're always here for that as well.
Great. And is there a deadline to register with Student Success Services?
Nope, so there's no deadline to register, but we do recommend you connect with us early. So that's just to help get that support with your small difficulties or challenges before they turn into big ones. So the sooner the better.
Fantastic. And if I'm going to Student Success Services for mental health support or counseling, will this show up on my transcript?
No, so our services are confidential and they won't show up on your transcript. If you have any questions at any time though regarding the confidentiality of our services or any of our consents, you can feel free to connect with any of us, but your professors won't know that you're seeing us for counseling and they definitely won't show up on a transcript.
Fantastic. So if I'm having trouble with my classes, but I don't have a diagnosed disability, what supports are available?
Yeah, great question. So there's various workshops that we run, as well as different resources we can provide you. So whether that be websites or different strategies, and even learning support sessions that our office can offer. So we can assist students with things such as study skills, time management tips, and test taking strategies, but then also with connecting you to your faculty members or program coordinators, as well as other departments in the college to help ensure you get the support you need.
Excellent. And lastly, is Student Success Services available at all campuses?
It is. So Student Success is available at all the campuses in North Bay. So College Drive, we're in C262, Commerce Court in E101, and then the Aviation Campus in Y237. So you can always reach us by phone at extension 5205, drop into one of our offices, or we're available by email as well at studentsuccessnow@canadorecollege.ca, and I can drop that in the chat as well.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, Sally. All right, back to you, Senny, with some questions about safety and security.
Thank you, Jill. Yeah, we're gonna jump to safety and security, and I will ask Trish if she can assist us with some of the answers for this question. So the first one that I have is, what does the Safety and Security Office do on campus?
Thanks, Sunny. So I'm Trish. I'm going to be jumping in here. Kim and Mike aren't able to join us today, but I do have their responses to these questions. So the first question was, what does safety and security do on campus? So security is available and they are able to provide on-site 24/7 service and patrol on all campuses and residences. So they provide assistance to students and staff with a variety of different things, including the public safety on campus facilities and residents. They can do first aid. They are our first line of contact for any incidents or concerns in regard to safety. This includes any sexual assault, violence reporting, and prevention. They protect our students, staff, and property. They enforce our college policies, including the Respectful College Community Policy. They provide campus safety walk services. They can direct students to appropriate services. They enforce the parking on the college parking lots and on the property. And they liaison with the North Bay Police Services, EMS, and they do some crime prevention.
Awesome, thanks, Trish. Second one is, what is the Canadore Safe app? And is it required for students?
So the Canadore Safe app is something that you can download onto your phone, and it provides you with up-to-date information for both students and staff. And you can has a bunch of different things on there. You can have the emergency contacts, or you can find out the emergency contacts. There's a friend walk. You can get a virtual walk home. You can report a tip. You can also find the campus maps. There's different support resources available on there. And it also provides any alerts to changes that are happening at the college due to weather. So in case we are shut down due to storm or inclement weather.
Great. Trish, also, how do we buy parking passes and when are they available?
So parking passes, I believe they're available now and they are purchased online. So we'll put the link in the chat. Just click on the link and fill out all the information. And I believe it's parking lot 9 for the College Drive campus. And then it's just either Commerce Court or the Aviation.
Okay. Another question is related to masks. Do we need to wear masks on campus or not anymore?
So right now there is no mandatory masks on campus, but it is voluntary. So if you feel more comfortable wearing a mask, you are more than welcome to wear one.
Okay, copy that. And my last question for you is, do we need to be vaccinated to come to campus or not?
So vaccination is currently no longer a requirement to attend campus. I believe there is also a link and we'll put it in the chat, but it just keeps you up to date on what the current policies are with regards to COVID-19.
Great. Thank you so much, Trish, for articulating all these answers for us.